Hi, welcome to Video Games Revisited. Today we're going to be talking about a game for the Atari 2600, Circus Atari. Now I've got a lot of very fond memories of Circus Atari. I had it myself on a 5-in-1 plug-in TV game. I used to just sit down and play it for hours on end. So let's take a look at it and see if it's all that I remember.
Okay, so first up you'll notice you're quite clearly playing an Atari 2600 game. The graphics aren't particularly special, but it was the hardware that had to be worked with at the time. It's pretty much the same story with the sound as well. There's not really much there to listen to, no music, just blips when you're jumping up and down on the seesaw, or as our American friends I believe call it, teeter-totter. So as far as gameplay goes, you'll notice it's very similar to the game Breakout, the difference being the paddle's just been changed with this seesaw or teeter-totter, and the little chaps stood either side of it are actually clowns, believe it or not. The idea being that you using the teeter-totter, you send the clowns up into the balloons and you pop them all, and in this game, once a line of balloons is gone, then it's replaced with another one. You rack up points for every balloon that's popped, and the idea is you just get the highest score you possibly can. The actual controls are perfect for what it is, really. It's ever so smooth to play, it's ever so responsive. I was even quite impressed with the physics. It's ever so responsive to what point you're landing on the seesaw. I mean, ideally you'll get it right at the very end, and it really does send the clown up there. It really pays for the precision and the skill you can kind of develop just playing it over and over. The only real gripe I have with the way the game plays is on some of the game modes we're going to take a look at in a second, you end up having to clear all of the balloons, and you'll end up just aiming for this one balloon and just fruitlessly just missing it over and over again. It gets quite frustrating. But you know, you don't really like that, you can just play another game mode. So as far as the modes available go, you've got the one we've just played, where you just basic jump up, pop the balloons, and you bounce off of each individual balloon. The second mode is the same story, but this time there's some added in barriers which stop you from always hitting them and have to be avoided to get to the balloons. The third game is the same thing, but you just fly through the balloons instead of reacting to them and bouncing off of them. And the fourth one is this breakthrough mode, but again with barriers added. Game mode 5 is the one I mentioned earlier, where you have to clear every single balloon on the screen before you'll get a fresh line come up, which is just a little bit too frustrating for my liking. And number 6 is the very same thing, just with barriers. Now game number 7 is the multiplayer one, where you have the same panel of balloons between you and the second player, and you just alternate with each life as it goes. So it's almost like a co-op mode. And rather predictably, game 8 is the same as game 7, just with those barriers added. So as you can see, it's a really solid little game. It's good fun to play. It's really quite polished for the time. And games like this I really love, just because they're a precursor to the pick up and play games we'll see later on, where the graphics aren't the most important thing. It's just the smooth controls and a fun game to play, and really rewarding if you give it the time. Especially as a modern gamer, it's good to be reminded of what games is really about. It's just sitting down, it's having fun, which this certainly does. So that's it. I hope I've brought back some memories for those of you who've played this before, and I hope people who've never even experienced Circus Atari before will kind of be inspired and try and get a copy, or even buy the like a 5-in-1 TV stick. I mean, you can pick them up ever so cheap now, and they're really good fun. I got a lot of time for those. So that's about it. Take care, and I'll see you next time.